Alright, what's up, how are you guys doing? We're so back. Finally, I'm not sick anymore. My voice is back. I don't feel like shit no more. So we're gonna be doing some cool stuff again. And the first cool stuff I did was to beat Beste Proof of the Strong 20. So like the new Proof of the Strong 20, obviously. Because the old one was easy. The new one is kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie to you. 1.7 million BP, 2 flames. That shit is no joke. So we're gonna do the vids in like 3 parts. Basically, it's gonna be the setup part, and then there's gonna be a little moment where I go into my run step by step, but not like all the whole run, just like a few key moments to explain some mechanics, because it's kind of like a bit shaky, especially with my strat. There's probably like better strats, I just didn't try them out. I just went for full fire and saw how it was. I beat it with like 10 seconds left. I want to try with the quarterstaff, maybe that works too, but for now that's what I tried. And then at the end of the video, obviously I will leave you guys with the full gameplay without interruption, blah blah blah, you know the drill. Before this video starts, as always, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are at 6.4k subs, we're super close to 7k and on our way to the 10k subs, so if you want to help me reach that insane goal, make sure you do so. And obviously make sure you support me on the Nimble Creator Program. I have 4 codes right now and 1 more coming in the next days, so if you don't want to miss codes and you want to support me as well, it's totally free. You just need to follow the link in the description. And as always, a big shout out to all my top supporters: Monarch, Reen, Luani, Imba, Ento, Shiro, Chuzo, Moneymax, Fambat, and Deathbringer. I appreciate your guys' support a lot, and let's get into the vid. Alright, so this is the setup I used. You can change min for Malin, because I have Beru here, or you just change like the main shadow. You just put like, I don't know, Igris for more crits, or like you put Beste here and then here you put someone else. So yeah, you just change one of those. Outside of that, that's the setup. You go triple supports. You don't need help to break because you have a break skill and you have the fun, so that's not a problem. For the weapons, I went with double fire. I don't know if the staff works, maybe it does. I tried plum with the bow first, and that shit was not it. It wasn't it. So I went with this. For the sets, that's what I had. So curse and obsidian. I went obsidian just because you don't have mana problems with the fire setup. If you do have mana problems, I guess you go expert, but it's gonna be rough because like you have no time to stack it, honestly. For the support set, Gina full blessing, Ayla on holy plus wish. Wish is like a super good support set. It's really good. And then Min on guardian and sylph. For the skills, that's where the problem is, because Beste has a passive that makes her get defense buffs that will make her pretty much invincible if you do too many close range attacks. So that means no fire zone extreme, no detonation, so like the fire dagger toss, that doesn't work. You have to use skills that you can trigger from afar. That's also one of the reasons you can't use the death QT, like never. For the other QT, you can only use collapse, thunderstorm, because the other ones are also like close range, so that doesn't work. And so for the skills, I had to go with electric shock, dagger toss, and then obviously decimation. Decimation is gonna be the MVP of that fight. That does so much damage. Obviously you have to crit, that's why we're gonna run the crit blessing, but yeah, that skill is like MVP. It was MVP the first time I did it, it's still MVP now. So for sure, decimation is the way to go. And for the blessing, you need to dash blessing 100% because you need to dash pretty much non-stop, and because of like the POS 20 debuff, you only have 2 dashes, so you need that 100%. You need sharp perception to crit more, otherwise you're just gonna reset for days and it's not gonna happen. You need reawakening to keep spamming your skills, and then lastly I had intuit because I have 200 points in intelligence to have my cooldowns more often, though you could go for something else, bloodlust, weakness detection. I don't know. I liked Intuit. It worked fine because with the 200 in intelligence and the mythical reawakening, I had my skills like pretty much all the time timed with like the end of the buffs of the witch, which I will show you later on the gameplay part. For the defensive blessings, you just need like aggressive defense and life. The other ones you have don't matter. I just put those because of like I have the mythical, so it gives more BP. And when it comes to cores, I just have like, yeah, regular cores, nothing too crazy. All right, so there's a few things I need to explain on my gameplay before I actually leave you with the full run. Otherwise, it's most likely not going to be that easy to understand, and then you're going to get fucked and it's not going to be cool. So basically, like I said, whenever you do a close range attack, so whenever you hit her, basically it's just hit her, even if it's with the bow at point blank, it's gonna work. Like it's gonna actually put a debuff on her, well, like a buff, like a defense buff. Whenever you're in that snowflake, it's basically gonna do the buff for her. So what you want to do is always be outside of it, except when you shadow step. So when you shadow step, it's going to put a deep buff, right? But if you, for example, do your fan here and you dash away with the fan, so like the fan is going to dash away, and then the fan actually hits, as you can see, you don't get a second buff up. So, and that's the whole point of the run. You need to always be outside of that thing and always hit outside of it. So you basically do all your skills. You do the electric shock, and then you do decimation. And decimation needs to crit. Whenever decimation doesn't crit, it does like 2%. Here it crit. Here it didn't crit. I'm pretty sure it did like 2%. Whenever decimation crits, it's like 4 to 5, even more percent. So basically, that's very important. Second thing, those buffs basically have a cooldown. It has like a duration that's equal to the shadow step. So basically, the buffs will go away the moment your shadow steps go away. Unless you reapply a buff. Like right now, if I was to reapply a buff, then it resets the whole duration timer. So you need to be sure that you never hit the boss close range. Otherwise, it's going to fuck up your whole rotation. Because the whole point, as you can see, it starts blinking at the same time. And the whole point of the run is to reapply the shadow step when the buff is like off. Because otherwise it keeps stacking up the buff. And you're going to end up with 10 buffs on your ass and you're going to deal no damage. So basically what you always want to do is have your fan up and get a shadow step. So you can shadow step when the buff is off. You reapply the buff and the debuff, and then you go away with your fan again, and then you go back with your DPS, and you do that over and over again. It's just rinse and repeat that way. There's no specificity on the run. You could like not run the dash blessing because you mainly dash with your fan and then you just don't move. If you're tanky enough to not use it, go for it. I played safe. If I was to use, like, for example, like weakness detection or more damage, it would probably be like a bit faster, but that's basically the run, and you just do that over and over again. Your QTs, you never use them except the Thunderstorm one. You use the Thunderstorm one, the other one you never use it. And as you can see here, it's gonna blink again, then it goes away. I'm waiting to get my shadow step, fan instantly, you go away, and you go back with the damage. And over again, that's what you do. And basically, the more your decimation will crit, the easier the run will be. That's why like the crit blessing is super important. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, if you enjoyed the vid, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will leave you guys with the full gameplay, and I will also see you guys in my next one. See ya.
下の園。
最強ヒーラー登場。
取ってみろ。炎を食らいし丸見えだ。誇り咲き誇れ。釈迦の園。